Alright, hey everybody. Today is gonna be one of my first Slay the Spire first impressions. I can't honestly say that it's my first impression of Slay the Spire 2, because I did play a single run with the Ironclad here, just to kind of get my toes wet in it yesterday. And actually, one of the interesting things I learned about this is that this is apparently scripted. You use the same seed as everybody else, so I was able to win this run. But the cool thing, I guess, is that you can find that everyone else is operating on the same seed. But yeah, so we're gonna dip our toes for the very first time here into the Silent. Silent, still like the last game, has less health than the Ironclad. Other than that, she seems to have the same features. Ring of the Snake is unchanged. They've changed up the card pool a little bit, so we're going to see how that works. I'm not as much of a fan of the Silent as I am of the Ironclad, but, you know, I can enjoy a Silent run every now and then. Munching on some saltine crackers. Okay, so this is my first chance with Niao in this version of the game. It looks like it's restructured a little bit. Mother of Resurrection exiled. Okay. So we can either get plus 11 max HP. That's quite generous compared to what you could get in Slay the Spire 1, I would say, with no downsides. We're up against the so-called Ceremonial Beast. Haven't tried that one before. Or we can cut a card from our deck, which is alright, but I think art's kind of crazy. I think we're better off with 11 HP versus 1 card remove. And then, okay, so this card being Eternal, I don't want to click on it, but I think Eternal means can't be removed from the deck. 333 gold's a lot, but I think the Oyster is just kind of the smart money here. Now we have more HP than an Ironclad, so feeling pretty good about that. Okay, so in terms of pathing, supposedly you're able to draw on the map. Ooh, yeah, okay. Ooh. Okay, so if you take a look here, we have an option to go enemy, 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 elite, enemy, elite. Oh my god, I've never seen a path like this before. It's just straight enemies the whole way through. You'd have to, well, it doesn't seem very good. You're not getting a single campfire until the very end, and you have to fight 2 elites. It's kind of, it's very interesting. Let's see here. What might be better? Well, we could get a shop right here, but it's a little early for a shop, I feel. This is kind of a weird generation. I don't feel like Slay the Spire 1 made generations like this. There's a lot of enemies. What if we went up this way? Campfire, campfire. Shop, rest, elite rest. So something like... I don't love only fighting 1 elite. We could do it like this. And we could, you know, we could go like this route and fight an extra elite, but I think that the thing I outlined here is good enough. So let's try that. Yeah. Okay. So this is Nibbit, which is basically our version of Jawworm. Neutralize is free. 2 defends blocks us out, and then we do a strike. Okay, Survivor the defend. Double strike. Yeah, this is just a re-textured Jawworm. Unfortunately, early game Silent gameplay is very slow, so we probably won't take much damage here. We will take some. We are 1 damage short of killing this thing. Just do that, I guess. Take 4. And we should be able to finish him off here. Yeah. Okay. Cloak and Dagger, that's the same card from the old game. Yep, exactly the same card. Shivs appear unchanged. Skewer is the same thing. I think this is a little bit more damage upgraded, but otherwise the same thing. Finisher, not really that useful unless you have a bunch of shivs, so... we don't have any energy generation right now. Skewer is fine, but I think Cloak and Dagger is better to speculate on. It's going to synergize as more things than the Skewer does. Okay. So we have a 7 and a 12 here. So let's kill this guy with 2 strikes. Neutralize and strike. It feels like a pretty good first round. Thank you, Ring of the Snake. Okay. Cloak and Dagger. Shiv. Now we're blocked up. Do an extra strike. The animations, I'll say, excuse me. The animations go pretty fast. I don't have the fast animations on. If you look at the settings here, I don't have fast mode on. I feel like this works fast enough without fast mode on that we can actually enjoy the animations, which I appreciate. And having animations is a step up as well. So, okay. Hallway fight's not challenging us that much right now. This is new. Flick Flack. I don't know what I'm looking at here, to be honest, but it's Sly. So if it's discarded from your hand, you play it. Okay, so this is like, what's that Magic the Gathering mechanic? I think it's Madness. It basically has Madness. Cool. We only have 1 card that discards right now, but it's pretty useful. Prepared. Yeah, this is the same card. Probably more useful with cards like Flick Flack now. And then Blade Dance, of course, everyone loves Blade Dance. Oh, it's Exhausts now. That's so sad. I'm still gonna go with it, though. You know, we're having an easy enough time with these hallway fights, we could just go this route. I think that that's just kind of... I mean, when else will I ever get a chance to do a straight only enemies? But, like, I can't heal, and there's 2 elites, and no campfires. I still think it's the wrong decision, even if it would be kind of funny. Sapphire Seed. You narrowly avoid stepping on a bright seed. Okay, yeah, I got this event last time. It's, we can either heal and upgrade, or we can, make a card 1 time cost less energy, kind of. I don't really... It seems to me that the consume is just better unless you have something weird that you're doing. Like, we don't really need that much energy here. And it only works once. It's the first time you play each combat. So I'm going to take the HP, and I'm going to upgrade my, my Cloak and Dagger. Okay. Ew. I didn't want to see you today. Okay, so Survivor, drop a Defend, since we're fully defended by the Survivor. 3 shivs. Sadly, the card goes away. It's a pretty big nerf, actually, I feel. And he's already lost a third of his health. Cloak and Dagger, even though he's not attacking, because we're just trying to maximize damage here. Goes up on strength. Okay, so now's a good time to neutralize. Block twice. Strike. $14 health. Don't have it. So should have it next round, though. Yeah, we have the damage next round, no problem. One of my first impressions of the game is it seems like, compared to Slay the Spire 1, there's more combo-centric gameplay, which is not my favorite, but maybe I'm mistaken. Some of that might just be due to the balance not quite being there yet, and it being in early access. It may not be intentional, but some of the relics make me think that it is intentional, so we'll see. Okay. Dagger Spray's area of effect. Handy to have, but pretty weak. Poison Stab. Okay. Dodge and roll, probably only really worthwhile once we get some dexterity, which we don't have right now. So I'm going to go with the Dagger Spray. Area of effect is just kind of a box you need to check sometimes. Mauler. Okay, doing 8. So we open with the Cloak and Dagger. Blade Dance. And we can either do more damage or we can block. I don't think for 2 damage it's worth blocking. I'm just gonna do the Dagger Spray. It's a nice animation on that. He intends to debuff me. Okay, well I got a good draw for that. I'm just gonna whack him. Vulnerable. Okay, 21. Ooh, that's nasty. I think we use all of our energy to block here. And we actually end up blocking the whole thing. Which is not bad. Okay, now he's doing 12. We should be able to kill... No, I don't think we have enough damage to kill here. It's close, but we're 3 short. Taking 6 damage I think is worth it. I don't think we want to play our potion. The silence animations look a lot better here. She looked kind of weird in Slay the Spire 1, if you ask me. Okay, Speed Potion. This is the Dexterity. Temporary Dexterity one. I'm not a fan of any of these cards, really. I mean, none of this is really... I mean, a Poison Stab isn't terrible, I guess. None of this is really blowing me away. Yeah, I'm not that impressed with any of this. I think we skip here, honestly. And then we're going to Smith. You know, an extra weak on Neutralize is probably the play here. Because we play that card every time we draw it. So getting more out of it seems pretty useful. Okay, cool. So now the Dagger Spray actually comes in handy. Neutralize him. Blade Dance. He's buffing himself, so let's try to focus him. And then I'll just Survivor. We did some pretty decent damage to him. Alrighty. Cloak and Dagger is definitely the move here. And then we're 1 damage away from being able to kill him with an explosive. So I think maybe we just block. Next turn we get 2 defends. We may not be able to finish him off. So let's do the damage to him. That way we don't need to draw as many attacks in order to finish the job on this guy. Okay, so let's do this explosive, and then double block. Not an amazing fight for me. We're not quite there on damage, so let's block. Should be able to finish him off. Dead. Okay. Alright. Prepared. Would have been good if we picked up Flick Flack, but we didn't. Ricochet is also Sly. So, what does this do? 3 damage to a random enemy 4 times. Doesn't seem... That's 2 energy. Doesn't seem that good. I mean, it's 12 damage, so against a single enemy, it's better from the Flick Flack, but I don't count myself impressed. I'll try the Flick Flack, I guess. And we really don't have anything all that valuable to upgrade here. Yeah, we really don't have anything that valuable to upgrade here. I guess Survivor's okay. Blade Dance doesn't even feel worth it because it's only one Shiv once. So I guess we'll try the Flick Flack. Mummified Hand. Very, very good. So do we still want to go this route, or is it worth maybe going for the extra elite? I think we still want the shop, because the shop's going to give us some choice to get into powers. That's my thinking anyway. There's a power. Is it a super good power? Not really, but it's a super fun power. Let's do it. Piercing Whale looks like it's unchanged, and it was already a pretty good card. Or we could card remove, and we have a lot of junk in here, so let's dump a defend. And we're doing defend instead of strike because the defends don't work with the envenom. That's my logic. Okay, so we definitely want that dagger spray, or the Flick Flack actually. So drop the Flick Flack, just go ahead and kill that guy. Kill that guy, don't need to defend anything, so we'll start damaging him as well. Okay, so Cloak and Dagger first. We might as well, he's doing the most damage, we might as well just finish this guy off. Neutralize him. Now we don't even need to defend, but we will anyway. Okay, a little late for that Envenom, to be honest. But it works with what we've, like, the other cards that we've purchased, so I'm pretty happy with it. Gigantification Potion. Interesting. Actually pretty decent with Skewer, funny enough. I think, well, does this trigger the... I think it triggers the Envenom. Dagger Throw works better with the Flick Flack. I think the Skewer is the play here. And then we definitely want a Smith, and I think we're either... I mean, doubling the Envenom is so good. I think you gotta double the Envenom. Bygone Effigy. It's got slow, so it's... Okay, so this is just Giant Head, right? So we do... I think that's the optimal play there. Free Blade Dance. Play Cloak and Dagger, that'll multiply the damage. And then the shivs are gonna start going crazy. So, Poison seems to be the same mechanic as before. You know, the Slay the Spire board game did change what Poison fundamentally does. The weak there is pretty handy, because we are going to take some damage. The good news is we should be able to kill him outright next turn. Ow, 13 damage. But yeah, he's got 14 already on him. Shouldn't be too hard to finish the job here. Yeah, there we go. Dead. Okay. So we took some damage, but not too much. Gary is interesting. We might actually want that. Some more Sly. So they're clearly trying to make discard deck a thing. Which, you know, I support that. Do we want a Dagger Throw? I think we do. We don't have enough ways to trigger the Sly stuff right now, which it seems like it's something that they're pushing pretty hard. We shouldn't have too much trouble winning this run, by the way. This is Ascension 0. Although, in my experience, this game... Or not my experience, but from what I've heard, rather, this game on lower Ascension is harder than Slay the Spire 1 is. Anyway, this or that. Suspicious Bag of Riches and a clearly cursed relic. Okay, so we can lose money for gold. Not immediately useful, since we don't have a shot before the boss. Or we can take a clumsy and a random relic. Now, we can remove the clumsy later, but... Why does it say exhaust? Oh, because the clumsy exhausts. Okay. It's just like in case you didn't know what exhaust means. Well, a random relic is nice. I guess clumsy... I mean, it's just an Ascender's Bane. Like, it's not that big a deal. Yeah, let's do it. Horn Cleat. Okay, I think that's worth it. Okay. So we can either smith, like smith up the skewer, probably is what we would want to do, or we can just get 1 strength. And I think getting 1 strength is just better overall. Because not only does it help the skewer, but it also helps all of our shivs and all of that stuff. So, Envenom clearly here, and we get a free strike out of that. So, okay, Ceremonial Beast. Very beautiful creature, but we don't know what it does. It's going to buff itself, but that's not really very specific, is it? Still, we got the Envenom online on round 1, and we also got the Blade Dance. So, we put 10 initial poison on this guy, so we feel pretty good about that, I think. Takes 10, Plow. The first time Ceremonial Beast's HP reaches 150 or below, it becomes stunned and loses all of its strength. Okay. But doesn't have any strength, so what am I missing here? Cloak and Dagger first. Oh, I forgot we had the Horn Cleat. Well, oh well. I don't know. Discard a strike, I guess. This doesn't look like we're going to have much trouble with it, but maybe he's got like a second act. Okay, so he buffs himself by 2 strength each turn by the look of it. So, Dagger Spray is going to be, what, like 4 poison? Attacking us for 20 is kind of a big deal. We use our potion, we get to block the whole thing, so I think we do that. Well, but the question is, like, do we need it, though? Because we can probably just beat this guy without the potions being spent. I'm still going to do it. Because if you don't use them, you forget about them. So I'm, you know... Oh, he's stunned. Okay, well, we just wasted that. Didn't consider the poison was going to trigger the stun. Well, this guy seems like a pushover. Ringing. You can only play 1 card this turn. Ooh. Okay. Is that permanent? Or is that just for the turn? I think we actually want to neutralize here because that blocks for us a little bit, and it still applies some poison, does some damage. Even though it's a 0-cost card. So it looks like the ringing was only for 1 turn. And then I guess we just skewer him to death, right? So 8 times 3, right? That's 24. And then he takes, what, 6 poison? I don't know. I don't want to do the math. I don't feel like it. Let's just dagger throw him. Didn't feel like doing the math. Survivor. Throw away the skewer. Block. Because we can block the whole thing, so I really don't care to figure it out. And now he's just dead on poison. So... drop the Flick Flack. Dead. Epoch discovered. So the epochs are like unlocks, I guess. Really beautiful boss. Didn't seem very challenging, but love the visual design. Oh, they brought this stupid thing back. They brought this stupid thing back. Ugh. Well, we're not taking it. Tools of the Trade seems a lot stronger now. Whenever you draw a card this turn, apply 3 poison to all enemies. Interesting. Doesn't really work with what our deck is doing. I guess we're doing Envenom, which is kind of like that. We have draw from Dagger Throw. But that's it. I mean, if we pick up some backflips, it could be good, but I don't know. Tools of the Trade seems like the safer option, especially because it's a power. So I'm going to go Tools of the Trade here. Okay, the Hive. So in this version of the game, they give you these cool creatures that you meet between acts. He's got a lava lamp. Okay, this is awesome. Pale the Melting Dragon. What an interesting character. A puppet has arrived. Can you check on Father? I'm too tired. Who's Father? Is this Father? You're a dragon. That doesn't make any sense. So we can get his horn. Add 2 Relax to your deck, which is a 3 cost. Ouch. 15 block. Next turn, draw 2, gain 2 energy. Okay, so pretty good. It's kind of a tempo hit, but it pays you off in the long run. It's 3, so if we could make it free with the Mummified Hand, it would be incredible. And we have 2 powers now, so I think that's potentially valuable. You may sacrifice card rewards to Pale. For every 2 sacrifices, pin a relic. So that's like, it's like the, what's it called? The bowl, right? That's pretty cool. Or, so these are all Pale themed. Okay. Pale's Eye. First time each combat unit turn without playing any cards. Okay. Exhaust your hand and take an extra turn. Well, that's crazy. So, basically, if you get a bad hand, you can just say, mulligan this turn. Sculpt your deck by exhausting all the bad cards. This seems really good. This seems really good, too. Because it's card rewards, right? So, like, if we don't see a card that we want, which is, like, plenty of the time. This is real interesting. I'm going to do the wing because that seems more fun. I think this is probably, like, the strategically best option, but I'm going to do the wing. He doesn't have a response to us picking that up, but that's okay. So we're up against a new boss. It's Knowledge Demon. Haven't run into him before. Okay, so we're reasoning backwards here. There's a shop here, which is pretty nice. I like having the shop and then the elite, though. That's pretty good, too. Although elite, then shop is probably better. Yeah, this seems good. The only problem is the elite's kind of early in the... Why don't we do this? Why don't we open... I like these events. So let's do, like, here, event. And then we'll cross over to Campfire. We want to build our strength of the Giria, so let's continue on Campfires. Here. And then from here we can kind of make a decision what we want to do. I would say let's math this out and then go from there. So, yeah, I think that's how it should be. So we'll go ahead and start over here. 3 little exoskeletons. Okay. And Venom gave us free Cloak and Dagger. And power. So what is this? Hard to kill. Reduce all damage taken and HP loss by exoskeleton to 9. So you can't do more than 9 damage. Well, that's fine. I don't really care about that. Can we kill this guy this turn? I think we probably can. I guess it prevents him from, like, getting screwed by poison. Math was off by 1 health. Whatever. He's dead for next round. Okay, so... do Tools of the Trade. Definitely want a free Survivor here. Or rather, a free Flick Flack. Sorry. And we'll just block way more than necessary. You know, and Venom was one of my favorite bad cards in original Slay the Spire. And it seems like it's a better card than this version of the game. Because the upgrade just does more, right? It does quite a bit more. There we go. It's still expensive. You don't get the cost benefit, but I think paying 2 for more benefits better than paying 1 for less. Pounce. Cool art. Deal 12. The next skill is 0. Okay, this is like swivel. This is swivel. I'm not that interested in it. If we had some high-cost skills, that might be worth something, but we kind of don't. You know, we probably ought to be picking up more block cards right now. Backflip is what we're looking for. Prepared is good, but I think backflip is... Well, I don't know. Oh, we can just sacrifice this. Yeah, let's do that. Because as much as I like the backflip, I bet you I like the relic better. Okay. So tools of the trade is pseudo-free. Definitely want to play or defend. I think we want to flick-flack here because the blade dance, we can always just use it later. So not enough block. I do think we need to start drafting more block cards. Yeah, the Horn Cleat is helping out. We don't need to defend here. He's not attacking us. Venom, and we get the free dagger throw. Drop the Survivor as he is not attacking us. Cloak and Dagger to apply more poison than the strike. He is burrowed, which means he retains his block. Okay. Stun if you remove all of his block. Well, the poison doesn't interact with the block, so if we did 8 times 3, we wouldn't do enough to remove his block, and we would take a lot of damage. So, unless I wanted to use my Gigantification Potion, which would just probably kill him, I guess if we block twice, we take 7. So yeah, we might as well use the potion. There we go. Better than taking 7, in my opinion. Memento Mori. What is this? Deal 10 damage. Deals an additional 5 damage for each card discarded. So, if we have the tools of the trade up, it's a minimum of 15 damage. If we are doing anything with, like, you know, dagger throw or survivor, we could get it higher than that. But at a minimum, it's 15 damage. Not bad, but... Well, it's not bad, but I think we... Right now, our deck needs block. This doesn't do that, so let's sacrifice. And we got War Paint to upgrade 2 skills, which actually is more block. So, yeah, this is definitely better than taking that card, in my opinion. It's a +3 block on 2 of our defense. That's awesome. Okay. Tea-Master. Alright, he's got some drip. Dimly lit shack, peaceful space containing an obsessive variety of tea. Man gestures to a selection of teas, neatly labeled with a premium price. Bone tea is 50 gold. The start of the next combat, upgrade your starting hand. Now, does that upgrade it permanently, or does that upgrade it for the combat? I'm assuming it's just for the combat. Otherwise, this would be an insane value. Or 150 gold to get 2 strength for 5 combats. Well, I don't feel like we're that challenged on that. I guess we could change our path. Like we could take on more elites and pay that. But that's 150 gold for that. I don't know that that makes a whole lot of sense. Or if we don't buy any tea at all, we just kind of So we have to buy a tea, and this tea sucks. So I guess we're gonna pay the 50 for the bone tea. You know, even if it's not really good, it's probably better than the null hypothesis. So a field of man-sized holes. That's kind of creepy. That's weird. Remove 2 cards from your deck is awesome, but adding a normality to your deck is total trash. Now, that being said, Tools of the Trade can discard it. You know, Survivor... We have a lot of ways to discard normality, so maybe that's not the end of the world. Whereas if I enter my hole, okay, then we get a perfect fit on one of our cards. Whenever this card would be shuffled into your draw pile. So basically, it always it always shows up at the start of a deck shuffle. Is there a card that's so awesome that we just always want it every shuffle? I don't think so. I'm willing to take a gamble on this, because we can remove the Clumsy, and we can remove a Strike. And yeah, we get a Normality for it. That's not good. But we've just turned one curse into a slightly worse curse that we can mostly deal with. I think it's fine. So, is there a card worth smithing? Tools of the Trade costing 0 is not that big of a deal. I think it's Train here. We need the strength, and then we could deviate a little bit. We could go this direction. We end up with fewer fires, but we fight more elites. I don't see the point really in that. Like, we are able to get relics from the wing, so I think we just want to bump up our strength. Okay, so yep, Normality. So we just dagger throw that away. And Venom gave us what? Strike. Okay. Thank you, Horncleat. You're the best of the bunch. Tools of the Trade. Now we never have to deal with the Normality again. Flick Flack him. Yep. 22 block seems pretty good. Now, if I look at the deck, surely those cards aren't upgraded. Yeah, they're not. So, it was just for this round, which is fine. If I take less damage, then whatever. I don't know. I don't think we want a Skewer here. This card hasn't ended up being very useful. Okay, 12. So then, I guess we Blade Dance for the poison. I think we're just going to do this. Normality. Get out of here. Cool. Okay, drop the Flick Flack. And you, sir, are gone. Okie doke. Piercing Wail, always good. Speedster is a power, so that's worth looking at. Whenever you draw a card during your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies is pretty good. I think we want this Untouchable Plus. This is Sly. It's a ton of block. It's really everything we're looking for. So we go here. We train up, and now we've maximized Argyria. Bag of Preparation is just a second copy of the Ring of the Snake, which is fine by me. Oh, another chest. Okay. Whetstone, don't mind if I do. Skewer Plus is awesome. Okay, so now I think we want to maximize our number of card rewards for the wing. So this is going to give us 3. This is probably going to give us 2. This is going to give us like 2. So I think we want to do this because we want to use a shop. So let's take the Mystery, which is a combat, which is fine. It's kind of what we wanted anyway. Alright. So Normality is a problem, but he's not actually attacking us. We don't have a discard card right now. We do it in Venom. We do a Tools of the Trade. We do a Free Strike. Okay, card to discard. I don't know. Defend. We have a Defend Plus, so we don't really need it. Dagger Throw. Just to kill that egg, I guess. Discard a Strike, because we have a Dagger Spray, which is better. And Blade Dance. Hit him thrice. I wonder if the Envenom buff is the reason that they nerfed the Blade Dance. But I don't know. I mean, why would you nerf a common because an uncommon is too good with it? Doesn't really make any sense. This slime mechanic is crazy. They're gonna have to go back and like tone it down because getting a free 12 block like that is just nuts. It's just too strong. Like, yeah, the card costs 2 energy, but, like, it doesn't cost any energy. Really. Okay, so here's another Sly card. I just don't think this one's very good is the problem. This one seems balanced because it's not actually strong. So I think we just sacrifice here. And then I think this is the way right here. Shop. Okay, let's see here. So Speedster shows up again. Equilibrium. That's a defect card. Okay. Well, maybe it's not a defect card anymore. The start of your turn, transform 1 card in your hand. That's weird. I don't know if I would actually want it. Card rewards can now contain colorless cards. Okay. And this is not bad, this tea set. We don't have any source of energy, so I'm thinking Happy Flower is pretty good here. And then... yeah, I guess Speedster works with the tools of the trade, so... seems good. At a minimum, it's 2 damage to every enemy every turn. Okay, so... maybe we want more proactive sources of discard. And we'll defend. Normality, we might want to remove it. It's only really a problem in the first hand, but it does come up sometimes. Oh, this is a Giga Louse. That's cute. Okay, so does it specify unblocked? Yeah, it specifies unblocked. So we do this first, and then we can get the shivs for the poison. We finally used Skewer. It happened. Attacks us for 14. Don't need the strike. Cloak and dagger. It's dagger throw. Cloak and dagger again. Okay. So do that again. Then Survivor the defend, and now we're perfectly locked up, and we can do a bunch of poison. So the interesting here is normality versus Flick Flack. I think we just discard the normality, because the Flick Flack will count as a card played. We got him on poison. Okay, so Malaise and Bouncing Flask are cards that we know well. Pinpoint, not worth it. Not worth it. Bouncing Flask, not worth it. Malaise may actually be worth it. This is a pretty good card, right? Entomancer. Alrighty. So Survivor the Untouchable to generate 20 block, which is pretty good. We'll Speedster. Just get that out of the way, and then we can smack him. Oh, this is the guy that adds days to your draw pile. Okay, well, I think our strategy of, like, turtling up with powers is probably pretty good against this. Tools of the trade. We don't really want to drop the days, though. So, just defend and neutralize. If we can get a bunch of poison on him, he's not going to be a problem. We drop the normality for sure. And Venom. We'll skewer him once. I think I just missed a free strike from our hand. Oh well. Okay, so discarding probably a defend, because we can throw our energy into the Malaise instead. So Malaise him. Now we're not having a problem anymore. Hit him with some shivs. Build up our poison numbers. Yeah, it's gonna pollute our deck pretty bad, but So we... I actually think we want to discard the untouchable here. That fully blocks us. And it's not like we're going to play more than 3 cards anyway. So, yeah. Discard the Flick Flack. I actually wonder if this is just a skewer moment. Yeah, I think it is. I think we just kill him with skewer, right? Yeah. So far, it's looking like we're going to kind of cruise here. Petrified Toad. At the start of each combat, procure a potion-shaped rock. Okay. I don't know what that means. And then, we would love another Untouchable Plus is the thing. Even if I do want to sacrifice. I think another Untouchable Plus is just really good here. And then it's gotta be Malaise Plus, right? Speedster is not bad. But I think Malaise Plus is the play. Ooh, this is a weird looking dude. I don't know what you are. Are you like a fungus that's growing out of the body of a creature? Or your name is Knowledge Demon, so you know something's going on here. Let's Survivor, drop the normality. I think we actually just malaise him. Make your choice. Disintegration. Okay, so this is like a super burn. Not that bad because we can discard it. But is this a effect permanently, or is this like a card? If it's an effect, disintegration is worse. But if it's a card, well, I don't know. It's like disintegration. Okay, it's an effect. That's kind of annoying. So we Envenom. We Speedster. We Dagger Throw. We drop the Flick Flack. The Untouchable's free anyway. Well, the visual design of these characters is very cool. It's more unique than Slay the Spire 1, if you ask me. Potion-shaped rock. Clonk. Doesn't actually add the poison, but cute, I guess. Let's go throw some poison on this guy. Should we use a potion here? I kind of feel like we don't need it. We're still not taking damage. He's gonna heal, buff, and attack for 6. Very good hand. Just Untouchable once. Fully covers us on damage. He healed himself 2 strength and then some damage. So neutralize, Tools of the Trade, Dagger Throw, drop the Flick Flack, strike, and defend. Disintegration again, which seems really bad, or Sloth, which is just permanently... I think Sloth wouldn't be the end of the world here. Like, we've kind of already used our... we've already used up our Blade Dance, so... It hurts us on Cloak and Dagger. Well, it also hurts us on our Sly, so... I guess we're gonna go with Double Disintegration, but... that seems bad. Okay, so we're gonna drop a basic defend, Cloak and Dagger. Got up to 20 poison, so eventually he's gonna perish. I think we need a Survivor here, unfortunately. I'd like to attack him, but what is this? Oh, it's Tools of the Trade. Okay, so we drop the normality. Neutralize him. He's already weakened, so that was not like that important, but whatever. Drop the strike. We're on track to kill him. But we are taking more damage than I'm comfortable with. Okay, but he's just... So he's gonna... I think he's gonna curse us again. So we drop the untouchable. We're safe on damage. Or, actually we're not, because we have 13 on disintegration. Cloak and Dagger makes us pretty close to safe on damage. No, we're safe on damage. So then we skewer him. And now he's pretty much dead. Depending on how much he heals himself, I guess. 30. Yeah, I mean... Oh no, he didn't actually debuff us. Okay, so... Can't kill him right now. But he should be dead next turn. Yeah, we get another curse, but... Waste away. This is an interesting boss. I like this boss. He's dead on the damage here, so we drop the untouchable, and then we hit him with neutralize. New epoch. Okay. Murder. 1 damage plus 1 damage for each card drawn this combat. Does it count your hands? Or like the cards that you had to draw? I don't know the answer to that. So Storm of Steel, this card hasn't been changed. It wasn't considered very good before, so I thought they would have buffed it. But they didn't. Abrasive's a power. It's a Sly power that costs 3. That seems pretty... Yeah, this seems really good. I think this is the play. As cool as Murder looks... I think it's abrasive. The fact that it only offers 1 dexterity is a little weird. But I'm not complaining. Let's take it. Glory. Okay, so we're up against the test subject. I've never seen that one before. I have seen this guy, though. Tanks the Chimera. Yeah, I've seen you before. In my last run. A Huntress. I will sharpen your claw. Spiked Gauntlets. Powers cost 1 more energy, but you get 1. Okay, so that's an interesting trade-off. So, if you're playing 1 power a turn, it's even. If you're playing more than 1 power a turn, it's a negative. If you're playing no powers, it's just an obvious plus. I mean, the energy is very useful. Add 1 whistle to your deck. 33 damage, stun the enemy. Oh, wow. Well, that's a very good with Mummified Hand if we get lucky. Or Crossbow. It's already turned to add a random attack to your hand. It causes 0 this turn. I think the Spiked Gauntlets are the way to go here. I mean, powers costing 1 more is weird because it actually makes Abrasive really hard to play. I think it's fine, though. I don't know if this is the wrong deck for the Spike Gauntlets, but Mummified Hand kind of negates the downside a little bit. So, okay. So I think we're kind of in a victory lap here, but we'll see. So, Elites... Here's a shop, which we like. So I think we're going to do, just reasoning backwards here, something like this. And then we want more combats, so we do this, presumably. Which comes from this. Yeah, I think this looks good. They actually have guns in Slay the Spire now, apparently, if you didn't know. So we did end up drawing multiple powers, but we gotta get Tools of the Trade online. Got Strike. It's not really what I was looking for. We're taking a lot of damage, too. So I don't think I can play the Speedster. I think I need to Survivor the Untouchable. That's 20 block, you know? So, Strike the Shield. And then I think we need to malaise this guy, and that just pretty much negates all of his damage. Cool. Drop the Flick Flack. Envenom gives us a free defend. Cloak and Dagger. We don't actually need to do this. Dagger Spray is probably better. We just didn't need the block. So this is interesting, right? I think we actually want to drop the Abrasive and not the Normality. Because we can just skewer with our energy instead. It's awkward, isn't it? I guess we defend to prevent this guy from damaging us. Skewer. And now we can't do anything else. But at this point, we've won the combat, right? So this guy's officially dead. And then this guy is... If we don't kill him, then something's wrong with us. So... drop the Untouchable. Blade Dance for the win. Drop the Survivor. He's got a bunch of block, but that block doesn't matter. We can still push through it. Cool. Okay, I'll be ready for the Ascension, I think. Dexterity Potion, we've got plenty of those. Guess I should have used them. Okay, so yeah, this is just Sacrifice. Let's get our Relic. Pin Nib. Sweet. Love it. Devoted Sculptor. Okay. It's a bird. It's a cool looking bird. So I think we Survivor the Abrasive. It cost us 1 energy to do that, but we actually get Dagger Throw for free, so pretty cool. We gotta drop the stupid whatever it's called. Okay, Tools of the Trade. So now that's officially a disadvantage to us. And then we'll do that guy for 12. Caw. Okay. Choose a card to discard. Obviously, we would want Untouchable there, even though we're not going to take damage anyway. We'll Envenom. So what do you do, buddy? Ritual. Gain 9 strength. Oh my god. He does not play around. He gains 9 strength. Okay, well that's fine. I mean, you know, we are in Act 3. So, if we skewer this guy, we do 13 times 5. Let's do some math on that. $13 times 5 is 65 damage. We presumably add... He's going to take... So 65 damage, and he takes 9. That's 74 damage. And the skewer itself should inflict like 10 poison. So it's like 84 damage. So if my math is correct, this one-shots him. Yes. Malaise for the fun of it. Yeah, this is obviously a sacrifice. This is a lot stronger than Shovel. This is like Shovel, but it's like... It's way better. It's so much better. Okay, so... I take 6 damage when a power is played. Well, that's not good. It's really not good for this deck. The enemy himself doesn't seem that threatening, so I kind of feel like... Let me test something. So if we discard the Untouchable and play the Speedster, does it go through our block? No, it doesn't. So we do have a way of kind of manipulating that. Okay. Gotta probably Dagger Throw off the Untouchable, even though there's a Normality here. I think the smart money here... So he's doing, what, 18, right? If we take the 6, we would take 1 damage and have Tools of the Trade in play, and then we get a free strike. I think we're better off skewering. Like, this isn't really an enemy you just want to, like, scale against. I think you just want to kill him. I think you just want to kill him. So... yeah, whatever. Fine. I'll take the damage. Because it's going to help us kill this guy so much faster. Ouch. Okay. So this guy ended up actually being kind of painful. Definitely defend, and then I think we melees him. The X cards are very helpful with the normality. Dead. Okay. So... the death animations do take a while sometimes. Potion of Binding I think is better than having a second dexterity potion, but... I don't know. I don't think it's really that important. Okay. Outbreak. Every 3 times you apply poison. Well, this is really good with Envenom, actually. Yeah, I'll actually take that. It's a cool card. It's kind of like a Panache, except it's less silly than Panache. Do we have any discard here? We do not. Tends to give you 10 status cards. Excuse me? So here's what I'm going to do. Let's Gambler's Brew. We discard the cards that don't do anything, including the Abrasive, which gets played off of this. Cool. Okay, we get free Cloak and Dagger off of that. Let's Envenom, which gives us... is this once per turn? No. It reduced speed... it reduced speedster to... oh, because... okay, so the... I see. So the gauntlets are adding 1. It was chosen to be free, but then it still forced it 1. Kind of interesting. So... do we Blade Dance here, or do we Malaise? I really don't know what this guy does, so it's really hard to say. I think we just Malaise him. That is a lot of slime. That's a lot of slime. Okay. I think we just skewer him here. Well, this is interesting, right? Because this is 14 damage, 13 for 1 energy, so it's better to Dagger Spray first. It advances the pin nib, and then also it provides slightly more poison. So we do like this. Oh, our thorns are coming quite handy here. Okay, so this is kind of interesting hand. Outbreak, I guess. Tools of the Trade. Flick Black. Three weak. There he is. Now he's doing some damage. Drop the normality. Neutralize him. Still a lot of damage, to be honest. I almost want to skewer him, but I'm weakened. Should we slime? Try to draw more cards. Drawing the card damages him. Let's defend. Skewer. The outbreak should have gone off there, I think. Well, it's a lot of damage. Is this an elite? No, is it just a guy? Oh. Dead. Well, it was an interesting enemy. I like the effort they've put into making the hallway fights like meaningful. Deal 10 damage. Oh, this is the same. This is the same card. This is the same. Yeah. So we're just gonna sacrifice again. That gave us a Gremlin Horn. Don't know if that'll be useful or not. Axe bots. Okay. Sure. Okay, so let's do an outbreak. Gives us a free defense. I'm thinking survivable into Flick Flack here is better than... Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. Well, this fight doesn't seem like it's going to be very difficult for us. Yeah, we just don't care that much about actually. Oh, what? Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Here I was thinking this fight was going to be easy. And there's the outbreak hitting the other axe bot, which is pretty cool. Didn't get the abrasive off. Maybe would have gone with it if I had known that this fight didn't work quite that way, but I think it's fine. The axe bots themselves don't seem to be all that threatening, so... Yeah, now it's fine. Oh, no, he's got one more. This is the last one on this end. So, I guess skewer this guy, and then the outbreak should kill the other one. We've kind of built a critical mass here, but I did kind of shadow step. Ooh, well, that's interesting. This is also interesting, but I think we're better off sacrificing. Scrolls of Biting. Paper Cut. Whenever a scroll of biting is unblocked attack damage, you use 2 max HP. Oh my god, okay. So we really have to block against these guys. Yeah, no choice on that one. You know what? I'm gonna use the... Oh, I forgot we're getting these potion rocks. Dumpster this dude. Yeah, okay, so we're taking 10. If I speedster, I could still defend plus and be fine. So... Okay, we can abrasive now. But if we abrasive... Every card that we could hit with abrasive will block for us, right? So it's fine. Okay. Cool. So Gremlin Horn actually did end up helping us out quite a bit in that fight. Footwork is always effective, and it's a power. Well-laid plans is effective but annoying. Well, we want to end up with an even number on these things. So I'm actually going to sacrifice meal ticket, okay? Seems good. Anchor. Okay, cool. We got 2/3 of a boat. 15 damage. Yeah, let's do that. We can heal right here. Adrenaline, obviously, like always a good card. Noxious Fumes just seems good with what we're doing, so I'm going to take Noxious Fumes. That did prevent us from getting this thing. First time you play a Power each combat gains 6 block. That's okay. I don't know how much that's going to matter here. Golden Axe. Deal damage equal to the number of cards played this combat. Ooh. That seems pretty strong. I guess we should probably just remove the normality, though. Like, I think that's just kind of the play here. And we still have some money, so adrenaline is fine. Battle-worn dummy. As you approach against a rumble and fizzle and lights up brilliantly. You have 3 turns to defeat me. Choose a setting or face lethal humiliation. After terrifying message, dummy carefully reads out detailed instructions. I don't really want a potion. 2 random cards seems very good. So let's do setting 2, I guess. You have 3 more turns to defeat the dummy. Battle Friend V 2.0. Okay. So Outbreak. Strike. Neutralize. Tools of the Trade. Strike. Rock. I'd be surprised if we couldn't kill this guy, but we'll see. I guess it's just testing, like, how quickly can you do damage, which means that Malaise isn't useful. So we do this, and Noxious Fumes is kind of slow, but it gives us our energy back because of the Mummified Hand. I think we will be okay. Maybe not. Maybe we don't do 53 damage this turn. I don't know. Drop the Abrasive. Actually doesn't do anything for us, really, besides... There we go. Strike and defend. Could be worse, I guess. There's our rock. Soul Nexus. Okay. So, I think Fumes is better than Outbreak here. And I guess we get a free strike. I kind of want to do these defend pluses. I wonder if this would have been a good time to use it as a dexterity potion. 6 times 4. Ooh, okay. So, I think this is just full up Malaise. It's unfortunate because that costs us our Envenom. But that basically skips his turn and makes all of his future turns weaker. So, gosh, the draws haven't been good. Untouchable, Blade Dance, Defend, Strike. Not amazing. We do have Fumes in play, so that's something. Adrenaline. Okay. Abrasive. Off the dagger throw. What does that give us? Flick Flack. Okay. Speedster. Neutralize. Defend. Survivor the Flick Flack. For more damage. Vulnerable and weak. Okay. Here are our powers again. This is going to be a bad turn. There's no way around it. And we have a 50-50 here of missing the defend, and I don't think I like that, so I think I'm just going to defend strike. Ugh. Let's see if we can get like a dash or something. Nah. Stab. Yeah, it's a bad turn. Takes us below half HP. Okay. Drop an untouchable. Cloak and dagger. Shiv, shiv. Strike, strike. Untouchable again for the fun of it, I guess. Okay, he's done a 55. Oh, okay. So I think we can just finish him off with a skewer here. Maybe. 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is what? Like 36? That's not enough. It might still be our best. Well, let's do this. Let's defend once. And then do that. We have plenty of area of effect. The problem is we're not that good against single opponents. Cool death animation. Bag of marbles. Okay. Gain block equal to poison on all enemies. That could be really good. The problem is that it exhausts. So, I think we just sacrifice again. We get one more relic, basically. He is summoning. Okay. Tools. I guess Outbreak. Speedster. We're just going to be putting powers into play. Okay. It's kind of interesting. As much as I like the abrasive, I think we want the Flick Flack. Well, let's take the abrasive because it's going to give us... It potentially could give us, like, a free card, right? So, like so. There we go. Yeah, see, like, we're really good against multiple enemies. We're just not that good against a single enemy. Don't think we need to defend. There we go. Cool. Cool. No damage on that one. And then we just take the sacrifice for a potion belt that would have been really useful a long time ago. Definitely rest here. Hello, you gross-looking thing. What do you do? Okay, so he has a second stage. This is like Woke Bloke, I guess. And then it gains strength off of skills. Ew. Okay. It is Evil Woke Bloke. So, Dex Potion. Colorless Potion. Fasten seems pretty good. Especially if we're going to buff him when we do that. So, we Fumes. I forgot I was strengthening him off of that. Okay, well. Abrasive. Gives us Dagger Spray. Now, we just might kill this guy. Okay, well, that's good. And he takes until next turn, so we can't use the melees. So we just have to end our turn here, unfortunately. I'm assuming he doesn't get his bonus from his... Yeah, so now we can use our skills. So this is basically Woke Bloke number 2. So Adrenaline. So he has a third form, it looks like, which is unfortunate. Gotta Envenom at some point. Gotta Outbreak. Cloak and Dagger. I guess we save our rock for the third form. I don't really know. Like, I'm assuming that the third form is the most dangerous. So, okay, it's down to 22. Needs a survivor, the strike, defend, skewer. Cool. I think we have all of our powers in play now. We've got the fasten, the fumes, outbreak is in play. We don't have the tools of the trade yet, actually. So, tools of the trade gives us a dagger spray, and he's dead. Well, for this form, I guess. That triggers our Gremlin Horn is kind of funny. Okay, so now it's he's finally on his last form. Nemesis has its icon change, which is kind of funny. We drop the Flick Flak for just 1 damage. At the end of every other turn, intangible 1. Okay, so he's like the Nemesis. Oh, it's literally named Nemesis. Okay. We should be able to beat this. Neutralize. Speedster to get it into play. Free defend. Funny enough, the defend is actually blocking for more than the survivor now. So we wait. Now he's not intangible anymore, and we can throw the rock. Don't need the wound. Cool. Okay. So, dagger throw to try to get more options. Cloak and dagger because we need to defend ourselves and generate poison. And now we're defended. This will trigger our pin nib more easily. And then next turn's a defend turn for the most part. But that's what malaise is for, right? So drop the wound. I think we just full malaise here, right? Doesn't generate as much poison, but I think it's just the way to go. The extra negative strength is going to be pretty helpful. Cool. Okay. Drop the untouchable here. Flick flack him. Dagger spray him. Strike him. Defend. Yeah, I don't see this guy beating us. Okay. Untouchable, we get Sly for that. Neutralize, he's already weak. Unfortunate time for Skewer to show up. Defend up to 31, we're good. Now we can just skewer him to generate more poison. So let's see, can we kill him this turn? I would think so. Cloak and dagger. It's a shiv. Shiv. Yeah, we got this guy. There we go. Test subject skeletalized, I guess. Okay, that was an interesting run. So we go to the architect here. Smack him a bunch. Not even an introduction. Okay. We smack him again. And we get another epoch, even though we just got one. 1240 to the architect. I don't know where this number comes from. I don't know if that's like the total amount of damage we dealt to the boss. Or like to all the bosses, or I don't know how that works, but yeah, 2 runs. Now we're at 25-20. So looking at the run now, I guess, now that it's over. Oyster was helpful. We never got low enough to where it was like gonna necessarily save us, but having I think the campfires work off of maximum HP percentage, so having 11 higher max HP means that all those campfires are healing us more. Mummified Hand was kind of something we built the run around. Furia, super helpful. Horn Cleat, incredibly useful. And then I think the Wing was really the thing that defined the run. It allowed us to convert hallway fights into relics. And of course, Envenom being the defining relic of the run. New Envenom seems pretty good. And then also the Sly stuff seems pretty overpowered, if you ask me. That being said, we're playing on the lowest ascension, so maybe my judgment is not completely tuned up yet. Tools of the Trade, very strong. All that jazz. I kind of like the old Noxious Fumes art a little better, actually. Usually these arts are a little bit improved, but that one seems worse. I feel like this one's going to get redone, the art, anyway, because like if you look at the quality of this art, this seems more hand-drawn. I don't know, maybe they'll keep it. Interesting, interesting card. Yeah. Alright, well, and they give us a new epoch again. I don't really understand this. We discovered 63 cards, 8 new relics, 15 enemies, and 5 epochs. You know what? Let's open this on the video. Let's just see what these are. So, scribbles. By accumulating score. Okay. I don't completely understand, but sure. On this quiet place, beasts of imagination dot the world. They roam the lands in this time of simple, gleeful violence. Okay. I don't know what that means, but it gives us 3 relics. Cool. These look like they're not class specific. So, sweet. And then beat Act 1 with Ironclads. This is also beat Act 1 with Silent, I'm sure. Yep. 2 dead lice. I'm assuming they're dead. So we get a Poison Potion, Ghost in the Jar, Classic, Cunning Potion. Just, you know, Silent standards. Silent hunkers for a greater challenge. Ascensions are now available. What is this? 15 elites. Okay. And then this is beat Act 1 with the Silent. Alrighty. This art is it's something. I'll give it that. The other sisters judge the 4th one in silence. They have not seen her for over 3 centuries, and she returns an ugly, pulsating scrap. The Silent recollects the trials she's endured for this trophy, but does not speak. To speak is weak. One can only prove herself with more impressive trophies. There is always bigger prey. Alrighty. Retain. Apply 5 poison. Interesting. Seems kind of bad. I guess it's like the direct application of poison card from the first game, except it costs 1 extra energy and it has retain. But I don't feel like poison is really an effect that needs to have retain, so I don't view this as a good trade-off. Bubble. If an enemy has poison, apply 9 poison. So, I think this is supposed to be the new Catalyst. Some of the cards didn't get ported. I wouldn't be surprised if Catalyst is one of those. Accelerant. Poison is triggered 1 additional time. Okay, so maybe this is the new Catalyst. Poison is triggered 1 additional time. So, if they have 9 poison, they take 9, go to 8, and then they take 8 and go to 7. I think is what this means. Seems pretty strong. Of course, it requires you to be in the poison deck, but so this was beat Act 1. No, this is beat Act 3 with the Silent. Okay, so now I'm confused, because why do they stack it with the Act 1 thing? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Beating Act 1 with the Silent, I mean, it's a pretty simple goal. And then this one is play a run with the Silent. So, just play her? Okay. So it looks like it unlocks the new character, the Regent. His Majesty barely even looked anymore and swiped through planet profiles in the current constellation. I demand to visit a more exciting planet. He slammed his fist down on the space console. Beep, beep, beep. Anomalous planet detected. Alrighty. Cool. New character. That's the first time that's happened in a long time. Adds more epochs. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a real new character added to Slay the Spire since, like, the Watcher, who sucks. So, since the Defect, and that was probably in, like, 2019. So, pretty cool. Pretty exciting stuff. And then one more here. Beat Act 2 with the Silent. Okay. Sickness carrying familiar scent coursed through her veins. The heart piece is slowly killing her. A grotesque trophy is hurled into the ocean, but the blight has no cure. She will die soon. Uh-oh. Tough bandages. Does the same thing it used to do. Paper crane. I think does the same thing it used to do. Might have been 50, now to 40, but I think it was 40 before, so not 100% sure. And then Tingsha. So, some discard synergy. It seems like the Silent is really getting pushed towards the discard type stuff these days. Cool. Okay, so if we look at the compendium, I guess, like looking at the card library, it seems like the Silent is more focused on discard than she used to be. It was kind of a niche but fun thing you could do with her before, and now it seems to be something that is more clearly the focus of the character. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but the Sly stuff just seems too powerful to ignore, if you ask me. This is cool. I would like to see this in action. What's the upgrade do? Oh, it just reduces the cost. Oh, this costs 3 energy. Okay. Well, I feel pretty good about not picking it up during the run last time then. You know what? Storm of Steel might actually be pretty strong with all the Sly cards. If you're triggering Madness on a bunch of your cards, this does seem like it could be valuable. I don't know if Abrasive was good or not. I mean, it was a free effect when you discard it. 1 dexterity isn't a ton. The thorns are okay. It's kind of weird. The effect is actually not that strong. It's just kind of like, well, I can get it for free sometimes. I don't know. I'm interested in that. I don't know what this is all about. Why does this have a light over it? Okay, well, in any case, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later.